It all kicks off in the realm of Adenia, where King Jared stands beside his daughter Kitana. In a moment loaded with meaning, he hands her a necklace, something meant to keep her safe. It's a gift from Lord Raiden, who he says will always be there if she calls when things go bad. It's not just jewelry, it's a quiet promise of protection. That calm shatters the second they announce Shao Kahn has arrived. Before heading out, Jared tells Kitana to stay strong because war isn't coming, it's already here. The fate of the realms won't be decided by army size, but through an ancient tournament. If one realm scores 10 straight wins, it earns the right to rule the other. This is it, Adenia's last shot. All their greatest warriors are gone, and only one remains, her father, the king himself, who now has to face the most feared fighter from Outworld, Shao Kahn. They both make their way to the battlefield, where the tension's already thick in the air. The fight kicks off with King Jared, declaring no one will ever kneel to Shao Kahn, but his opponent, almost mocking him, knocks down the king's statue, setting off Jared's rage. For a second, it looks like Adenia's ruler might actually pull it off, but Shao Kahn's strength is on another level. With brutal force, he tears off his fingers and then drives a blade straight through him, taking his life right in front of his wife Sindel and his daughter Kitana, leaving her completely shattered. After the win, Shao Kahn declares that Adenia now belongs to him. The sky darkens, and the moon turns a deep red, like a warning of what's coming next. The queen, broken with grief, tries to push through the soldiers to reach her husband's body, but they stop her cold. They order her to kneel or be executed. One by one, everyone bows to the new emperor. Everyone except Kitana. She doesn't move. She walks up to her father's body and takes a blue ribbon from him, a small keepsake she holds onto as a symbol of his legacy. Watching her, Shao Kahn says Jared should have never brought her into this world, and that from now on, she belongs to him as his daughter. Time passes. Kitana grows up under the shadow of the conqueror, turning into a deadly warrior. In the present, we see her training with Jade. At first glance, Jade's got the upper hand and pushes her to the edge, telling her to give up, but Kitana taps into more than just strength. She uses that blue ribbon in her hair as a distraction, setting up an unexpected trap. With sharp instincts, she turns it around and wins, proving her real weapon isn't just skill, it's her mind. Later on, the two head back to the palace. On the way, Jade reminds Kitana that 20 years ago, the Emperor chose her to be her personal bodyguard. She knows exactly what Shao Kahn took from her, but even so, they've always seen each other as sisters. That's why she gives her a special gift for the tournament, a fan with hidden blades. Elegant, but deadly, perfectly suited to Kitana's style. Not long after, they both stand before Shao Kahn, who announces that the tournament has officially begun. He says he's called upon the ancient gods to witness the start of the fights, making it clear just how big this is. That's when Shang Tsung shows up and lays out a new mission: recover a relic stolen from Raiden's temple. It's a powerful amulet taken by Kano, one that can heal any wound. But there's a catch. Carrying it takes insane strength. In theory, only someone with power close to a god could handle it. Meanwhile, Lord Raiden gathers Earthrealm's champions and breaks down how serious things are. He warns them that once the tournament ends, an all-out war between realms will kick off. Mortal Kombat tournament is getting closer by the second, but they're still missing one final champion to complete the team. That's when the story brings in Johnny Cage. At first, we see him in a scene where he easily takes down multiple opponents, showing off his skill and his ego. But then it's revealed it was all just in his head. In reality, he's signing autographs, and to his frustration, barely anyone cares, hinting that his fame's already faded. Later, while he's packing up his stuff in his car, he gets an unexpected visit. Lord Raiden and Sonya Blade show up in front of him. They explain the reward isn't money or fame, it's something way bigger: saving humanity's future. Raiden tells him he's been chosen as one of Earthrealm's champions, picked by the gods themselves, and that the outcome of the tournament will decide the fate of the world. Johnny, not buying it, thinks it's all a joke. He laughs it off and starts to walk away, but then Raiden opens a portal right in front of him, proving this is all real, and tells him to come along to find out what kind of man he really is. At the same time, we're reminded of the other champions: Jax Briggs, Cole Young, a descendant of Hanzo Hasashi, and Liu Kang, the warrior who can control fire. We also hear about the death of Kung Lao, killed by Shang Tsung, a reminder of just how dangerous their enemy really is. Hearing all this, Johnny Cage starts to panic and says he wants out, straight up admitting he doesn't want to die. Sonya Blade fires back without hesitation. That's exactly why it's called Mortal Kombat. Johnny pushes back, saying he doesn't have any special powers, which only makes him more nervous. That attitude sets Raiden off, who reminds him Earth has been challenged 9 times and lost every single one. Now, 20 years later, Shao Kahn is coming for the final win, ready to take over the entire world. The other champions step in, trying to get through to him. Cole Young speaks up and admits that before joining the fight, he said goodbye to his wife and daughter, the 2 most important people in his life. Even so, the thought of never seeing them again doesn't break him, because he knows if he dies, it'll be for them. He adds that if they lose this time, they don't just lose the fight, they lose Earth, and any chance of ever standing together again. Still, Johnny doesn't budge. Sonya keeps pushing, reminding him that even if he looks like a washed-up actor now, he's still a fighter with 10 black belts, someone who could have been a legend. Even then, Johnny Cage doesn't give in. Lord Raiden opens a portal right in front of him, but Cage, with a sarcastic tone, just wishes them luck saving the world and walks away. Meanwhile, in Outworld, Shao Kahn performs a dark ritual to bring back a fallen warrior. He claims the death wasn't Raiden's doing, calling him a fraud, but the result of destiny itself under his rule, as he summons him in the name of Outworld. Then, they bring him Kano's body. At the same time, Johnny Cage ends up at a bar, drowning his frustration in alcohol. A stranger approaches him, but Johnny, worn down, admits no one cares about his career anymore. He belongs to the past, to a time the audience already moved on from. Over in Outworld, Quan Chi completes Kano's resurrection. When he wakes up, he remembers Sonya Blade with pure resentment, especially the moment she took his eye. Back with Earthrealm's champions, Raiden announces the tournament has officially begun. He explains that 2 fighters will be chosen for each match. The winners move on to the next round, and the losers are done. Sonya Blade is picked as one of the first fighters. At that exact moment, while Johnny Cage is watching old footage of himself from his glory days, he suddenly gets teleported to Outworld, forced into the fight, whether he likes it or not. Meanwhile, Quan Chi questions Kano about the amulet stolen from Raiden's temple. Kano, confused at first, starts digging through his stuff until he finally pulls it out. Kitana steps in, planning to take the amulet to Shao Kahn, but right then, a strange mark starts appearing on her skin, like a sign of her link to the tournament. Right after that, Kitana runs into Johnny Cage and breaks down the basics. Each flame stands for a fighter, split between both sides, and the tournament ends when one side runs out of fighters. Before he can even process it, Kitana goes straight in and starts the fight. Johnny, completely lost, barely manages to react. He tries to defend himself however he can, and overwhelmed by everything, he ends up climbing onto a roof just to hide, while the fight keeps going under the cold, watchful eyes of Shao Kahn, who studies every move, sizing up the new challengers. This time, Kitana clearly outmatches him and takes the win, but instead of finishing him off, she lets him live. Because of that, Johnny gets teleported back to his team, barely escaping what would have been certain death. Meanwhile, Sindel shows up, the queen of Adenia and now Shao Kahn's consort, and she's chosen to face Sonya Blade. During the fight, Sindel makes it clear she's fully embraced the Emperor's power, saying he showed her the pleasures of eternal life. Sonya, as tough as she is, gets overwhelmed fast. Sindel's abilities are just too much. She can control sound waves, and with every scream, she unleashes a shockwave that keeps Sonya from getting close or landing a solid hit. Even at that disadvantage, Sonya pulls through with pure grit and strategy, finding the perfect opening to take her down. After the win, she's sent back to the temple. Johnny Cage comes too as well. Lord Raiden tells him he's been eliminated from Mortal Kombat, and honestly, he got lucky. Under normal rules, he would have been executed. Meanwhile, Kano tracks down Quan Chi, the sorcerer who brought him back, demanding what he was promised, a new eye. But he also wants the amulet back. Quan Chi brushes him off, calling him ignorant and making it clear the amulet was never his. Still, he keeps his word. He restores Kano's eye, bringing back his signature ability to fire a laser beam. Later on, Raiden approaches Johnny Cage. According to Raiden, the gods chose him out of many for a reason. They saw something in him, a potential he hasn't tapped into yet, but one he'll need if he's gonna rise to the challenge. At the same time, Kitana slips away to a hidden spot and uses the necklace her father gave her to reach out to Raiden. When they meet, she's introduced to the champions as a secret ally, someone who's been acting as the eyes and ears inside Shao Kahn's empire. Kitana apologizes to Johnny Cage for going at him so hard, explaining she had to make it look real since the the Emperor was watching. She also drops something big. Shao Kahn already has the amulet, and if he figures out how to control it, he could become nearly unstoppable. She adds that Jade, her friend and ally, is still in the tournament. She wants to help her, but makes one thing clear. If it comes down to it, don't kill her. But Jade has sworn full loyalty to Shao Kahn, pledging herself as his blade, and she's already figured Kitana out. The tournament keeps moving, with 3 fights still left, but things escalate fast when Kung Lao shows up, brought back to life by Outworld's Emperor. Now turned into a weapon under his control, he attacks with brutal force, using his hat to throw a deadly strike at Raiden, sparking an immediate clash. At the same time, the sorcerer guarding the amulet stares at it, fully aware of the insane power it could give him. But Quan Chi steps in and takes it from him, making it clear the artifact's fate isn't his to decide. He explains the amulet has to bond with a mortal soul, giving it a form of immortality. Right after that, they move to implant an object into the Emperor's chest, something designed to channel Raiden's power. From a distance, Kitana watches it all go down, knowing the balance between realms is about to break for good. Then the Emperor, Shao Kahn, faces off against Cole Young, while Jax Briggs goes up against Jade, Kitana's loyal ally. Shao Kahn enjoys every second of his fight with Cole, eager to spill the blood of Scorpion's lineage, a descendant of Hanzo Hasashi. The fight is intense, but completely one-sided. In the end, the Emperor overwhelms him with pure brutality, beating Cole down until he kills him. At the same time, Jade is also defeated by Jax, but in a show of honor, he chooses not to finish her. He reminds her that her friend Kitana showed mercy to one of theirs, so he returns the favor, sparing her life before walking away. The third fight pits Kung Lao against Liu Kang. Kung Lao, now corrupted after being brought back by Outworld's Emperor, claims Shao Kahn opened his eyes and that he's the only one who can save him. Liu Kang, clearly hurting, fires back that one of those gods he now looks down on was the one who raised him and loved him like a son, and that he betrayed him. Even with all that emotion, they keep fighting, going all in. Kung Lao proves to be stronger and gets close to finishing Liu Kang. In a last desperate move, Liu Kang reminds him they used to be brothers. But Kung Lao, cold as ever, tells him that when their realm falls and they're both dead, then they can be brothers again. The fight hits its breaking point until Liu Kang, with real pain, makes an irreversible choice. He apologizes and ends Kung Lao's life. Right after, Liu Kang returns to Lord Raiden, who's badly injured, barely holding on. In that moment, Raiden calls him son, making their bond even clearer. Liu Kang, devastated, admits he killed Kung Lao because he had no other choice. Meanwhile, Shao Kahn orders the return of one of his deadliest warriors, Sub-Zero, who's brought back to join the fight. Meanwhile, Kitana goes back to Raiden and warns him that his thunder portal is weakening. It's not gonna hold much longer. At the same time, they realize Cole Young never made it back, confirming his fate. Kitana then drops something critical. The Emperor has managed to absorb the power of a god, making him almost impossible to beat. The only way to stop him now is to take him out directly. She also explains that the palace is heavily guarded, and any attempt to open a portal will be detected instantly. Still, there's another way in, an old tunnel beneath the castle. A forgotten entry no one watches anymore, since it was used by the Tarkatans for service routes. But things get worse. When Kitana returns to Outworld, Jade has already exposed her betrayal, and Kitana ends up captured by the Emperor's forces. On the other side, Earthrealm's champions look for backup among the Tarkatans. That's where they meet their leader, Baraka. Liu Kang tries to convince him, reminding him that his people have suffered under Shao Kahn's rule, treated like animals. But Baraka just shrugs it off with contempt. The Emperor commands an unstoppable army, and if they can't offer something better, then they're wasting his time. After the refusal, Liu Kang steps up and challenges him to a fight, but Baraka turns him down. That's when Johnny Cage jumps in, pushing his buttons on purpose. He calls him out, saying he's not as scary as he acts, straight up calling him a coward, hinting that one day he'll have to admit to his own bloodline that he had the chance to face Earth's greatest champion and didn't have the guts. That hits Baraka right in his pride, and he finally accepts. But he doesn't pick Liu Kang, he picks Johnny Cage. To him, taking down someone that cocky and then eating him sounds way more satisfying. Johnny, clearly shaken, tells his team he doesn't want to fight, but he knows he's got no way out. The fight starts, and at first, Baraka completely dominates him, embarrassing him in front of everyone. Fed up, his teammates call him out and remind him who he really is. If he's an actor, then act. Believe it. That hits. Something clicks. Johnny remembers his prime, when he owned every fight he stepped into, and his whole mindset shifts. With that confidence back, he starts going toe-to-toe with Baraka, proving that beyond the fame, he's still got the heart of a real fighter. In the end, Johnny Cage takes the win. Against all odds, Johnny Cage takes down Baraka. But instead of holding a grudge, Baraka shows respect, admitting it was one of the best fights of his life. He even asks Johnny to share his skills and techniques with him someday. As a sign of respect, Baraka leads the team to a point near the castle, as far as the Tarkatans are allowed to go. That's where they part ways. Before leaving, Johnny promises he'll come back one day to finish his training, leaving the door open for a future alliance. Meanwhile, Shao Kahn meets with Kitana. In a calculated act of cruelty, he tells her he ordered her mother brought back, but hints she could easily have another accident, warning that bringing her back again wouldn't be so simple if her skull were destroyed. Kitana, keeping her composure, says she went to Earthrealm looking for Lord Raiden, but didn't find him or his champions. She claims she doesn't know where they are, and that she's on her own now. As punishment for her betrayal, the Emperor orders her to be chained in the plaza, making her fate a warning to everyone else. Then he thanks Jade for her loyalty, reminding her he was the one who saved her as a child, and that trusting her was the right call. On the other side, Liu Kang crosses paths with Shao Kahn after splitting from the group to scout ahead and track down the amulet. The Emperor mocks him, but Liu Kang fires back, declaring himself the last son of the dragon and unleashes everything he's got. Even with that determination, it's not enough to match his opponent's power. In the middle of the fight, Liu Kang manages to spot the amulet. Right then, Jax Briggs shows up to help him get it. One by one, the rest of the team joins in, but Shao Kahn's dominance is overwhelming. In a brutal turn, the Emperor kills Jax right in front of Sonya Blade, leaving her frozen, forced to watch. At the same time, Kano goes up against Johnny Cage. During the fight, Kano plays both sides, claiming he could save them. Using his laser eye, he shows just how dangerous he is, taking down enemies with ease while trying to bargain his way through. Meanwhile, Jade visits Kitana. She reminds her she warned her not to go down this path, but says there's still time to turn back. She tells her to beg the Emperor for forgiveness, because no one can stop him with the power he now has. Kitana, standing firm, tells her she's better than that she doesn't have to kneel. Still, Jade walks away without saying a word. Later on, Kano meets up again with Johnny Cage and reveals he's switching sides. He wants Earth to win. He argues that Outworld, even Adenia, is a dark, lifeless place where simple things like drinking, dancing, or actually enjoying life don't exist. He also drops something big. The Emperor has taken the amulet to the Nether realm, a world of fire, pain, and endless torment. According to Kano, if they can destroy the amulet, they can weaken the Emperor, restore the balance of power, and win. Lord Raiden warns them he's not sure he can bring them back if they go into the Nether realm. They could end up stuck there for good. Even with that risk, Johnny Cage decides to move forward. He says it's worth the shot, and after a quick goodbye, he takes the mission. Raiden adds they're gonna need a guide if they want to survive down there. When they arrive in the Nether realm, they run into Scorpion. Once they tell him Sub-Zero has been brought back, his whole attitude shifts. He decides to help them and shows them what that hellish realm really is, making it clear he's the one who rules that territory, and that even hell answers to him. Meanwhile, Jade meets with the sorcerer, Quan Chi. She tells him Raiden has sent his last warriors into the Nether realm, which means the Thunder God is now left completely exposed. Quan Chi recognizes the risk. If they lose the amulet, the Emperor loses his power, and the balance of the realm collapses. So he decides to handle Raiden himself, while assigning Jade the mission of heading into the Nether realm. Before leaving, Jade accepts her fate. If Kitana already made her choice, then she'll make hers too. With full determination, she transforms her dagger, getting ready for what's coming. Sub-Zero makes his entrance and declares he's not the same anymore. Now he belongs to the shadows, and the shadows belong to him. He presents himself as something far more powerful, far more lethal. At the same time, Scorpion clashes with him in a brutal fight. Meanwhile, Johnny Cage and Kano fight side by side and manage to take the amulet, but they have no idea how to destroy it. On the other side, Sonya Blade and Liu Kang go up against Shao Kahn in the central plaza. The situation is critical, just 2 more deaths, and the Emperor takes full control of Earthrealm. In the middle of the fight, Shao Kahn overpowers them and kills Liu Kang. Before dying, Liu Kang reveals one last truth. Lord Raiden told him he wasn't the chosen one, that his death was meant for someone else, and that his real mission was to bring Kung Lao back. This isn't the end, it's just the beginning. Taking advantage of the chaos, Sonya Blade, even after being taken out, manages to free Kitana. In that decisive moment, the princess publicly turns her back on Shao Kahn and declares she's fighting for Earth. In response, her flame reignites, marking her return to the tournament as an active fighter. No hesitation, she jumps right back into the fight. Down in the Nether realm, Johnny Cage is still holding the amulet. When they try to take it from him, he makes a drastic call. He throws himself into the void to keep it out of enemy hands. At the same time, Scorpion keeps battling Sub-Zero. Jade shows up, and along with Kano and Scorpion, they team up to take him on, while Johnny lies unconscious after the fall. Back in the plaza, Kitana is also briefly taken out, but both she and Johnny manage to get back up, driven purely by determination. Johnny remembers what Raiden told him about finding his inner power, and it helps him pull himself together and think clearly. In one last attempt to manipulate her, Shao Kahn offers Kitana forgiveness. She stands firm and turns him down. She knows only one of them is walking away alive, and right at that moment, while Kitana faces the Emperor, Johnny Cage manages to destroy the amulet. The effect is instant. Lord Raiden gets his powers back just as Quan Chi is about to kill him. At the same time, Shao Kahn loses the power that was keeping him strong, leaving him vulnerable for the first time. Kitana doesn't hesitate. She goes all in, determined to avenge her father. While Raiden fights the sorcerer, Shao Kahn tries to choke Kitana, telling her she's weak, just like her father. But those words only push her further. Thinking back to her last moments with Jared, Kitana once again uses her blue ribbon as a symbol of his legs. With renewed strength, she takes control of the fight, rips off the Emperor's mask, revealing his mortal nature for everyone to see, and finally takes his head, ending his reign for good. With the tyrant gone, everyone drops to their knees before her, but Kitana refuses it. She declares that the people of Adenia are proud, and they bow to no one. Even so, she's crowned as the new queen, restoring her realm's honor. Sometime later, Johnny Cage reflects on what it really means to be a hero. He says a real hero is someone who, even in the deepest darkness, can still see a small light and chooses to fight for it. Someone who can face loss, find peace on the other side of pain, inspire the people they love, and trust they'll be there to lift him back up when he falls. That reflection turns out to be a story Johnny Cage is telling to a group of young Tarkatans who listen to him in awe. Outworld has been defeated, and Earth is safe, but the cost was high. Many champions didn't make it. Still, there's hope. Thanks to the power of someone who can bring the dead back, there's a chance to restore those who were lost. And that's where this story ends. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.